Hi, my name is Darren Cotter and this is my review of Wii Sports. Wii Sports is basically a compilation of very simple sport games, designed to take full advantage of the Wii Remote. It is included with every Wii console, and I know some of you may be thinking, oh, that this is a bundle game, those always suck, but Wii Sports is actually a very good game. It consists of 5 different sports: tennis, baseball, bowling, golf, and boxing, as well as training levels and a Wii Fitness Age.
As you can see, it shows the 5 sports, and then in the lower right hand corner you have the training stages and the Wii Fitness stage. The first game is tennis, which this is what it looks like to play.
And now while playing tennis, you hold the Wii Remote just like you would normally when you play any other game. You know, just in your hand, whatever is comfortable for you. And then you swing it either this way or this way, depending on if you want, a forehand or a backhand. And also, depending on when you hit the ball, if you hit it sooner or later, it either goes to the left or to the right. So you just gotta kind of practice and figure out what works best. While playing baseball, you probably want to hold the remote like this when you are batting. It doesn't really matter how you hold the remote, just whatever suits you the best, but this is what I found to be easiest. Just grip it with 2 hands, and you hold it up like here, and the ball comes, you swing. Not too hard. That's basically all you have to do while batting. Now when pitching, you hold the remote just probably like this, just like you normally would, and then you swing forward and throw the ball forward. And now while pitching, there's a few things you can do to change the pitch. You press left or right on the D-pad will change where the ball goes, either to the outside or the inside. If you don't press any other buttons, it's a fastball. If you hold the A button while you're pitching, it will be a screwball. If you hold B while you're pitching, it's a curveball. If you hold both A and B, it's a splitter. So just try out each pitch and the direction of where you pitch to figure out what works best for you. Now here's some video of me batting and pitching, so you can kind of see what it looks like. The next game is bowling, where you hold the Wii Remote like you would in most of the other games, pretty normally. To start off, you bring the Wii Remote up to your chest and you hold down B. This locks the ball in place. You then swing the remote back and then forward, and when you want the ball to release, you let go of B. You can also rotate the Wii Remote left or right when you're bowling to make the ball spin if you want it to spin. A few other things you can do before you bowl. You can, on the D-pad, you can press left or right to make your Mii either move left or right. If you press A and then press left or right, it changes the direction that you would throw it in. It's pretty simple, and it's actually pretty accurate and pretty realistic. Here's some video of me bowling so you can see how it looks. The next sport you have is golf, which is just like the rest. Basically, you hold the control with both hands around the remote. Now, you swing the remote just like you would a normal golf club. I can't really do it sitting down, but I'll have video that shows how you do it. There's a few things you can do before you swing. If you press left or right, it changes the direction where you hit the ball. If you press up, it will change the club you were using, which usually it picks the right club, so you usually don't have to change it too often. Now in the upper right hand corner of the screen, it shows you a few things about the course. It'll show you what the course looks like, it shows you which way the wind's blowing and what the speed of the wind is, and you can use that to make sure you choose the right shot. Now there's also in the lower left hand corner there's a power gauge, which you use that to see how hard you're hitting the ball. If you hit it too hard, the power gauge goes red, which then means your ball will either hook or slice, which means it either goes to the right or to the left of where you want it to go. Now when you want to hit it, you press A and you approach the ball, and then while you're holding A, you swing. And now things change a little when you get on the putting surface, which is called the green. Here, you don't swing your full swing. You swing like you're putting, which is just, a little tiny swing. And you can also, here you press 1 to see the lay of the green, which means you see the curves of the green so you can aim appropriately. And you can press 2 to change the camera. And you still press A to approach the ball, and you swing and try to get it in. Pretty simple. I prefer golfing for real, but this is not a bad substitute. The final game is boxing, which actually uses the Wii Remote and the nunchuck, which none of the other games do. And now this is by far the most physically taxing of all 5 games. I actually work up a sweat playing this game, which I usually don't do while playing video games. Now the controls are fairly simple. You have the Wii Remote and the nunchuck. To punch with one hand, you just punch forward. To punch with the other, you do the same. To punch higher, you punch higher. To punch lower, you punch lower. You know, it's pretty simple stuff. Now to block shots, you just put the Wii Remote and the nunchuck in front of your face. And finally, to dodge shots, you just move the Wii Remote and the nunchuck with you, which you can go left or right, and even backwards and forwards. The game follows your moves pretty accurately, and that's actually pretty cool. Here is some video of me boxing so you can see better what I'm talking about. Well, that's all sports, but there's still other things to this game. There are things called training levels, which there are 3 training levels for each sport, which means there's 15 different training levels. Now I'm not going to go over all of them in detail because that'll just take too much time. Basically they're just different aspects of each game that just kind of get you prepared and teach you more how to use the remote and how to actually play the game. Now there's medals you can win depending on how well you do, from platinum, gold, silver, and bronze, which I haven't noticed any effect from winning them other than I guess it makes you feel better about yourself. I don't really know. Now there's also a thing called the Wii Fitness Test. This is actually a pretty cool thing. What it does is it takes 3 random training levels that puts you through, and it measures you in 3 areas: balance, stamina, and speed. Now if you get done with all 3 tests, it combines the results and comes up with your Wii Fitness age. Now the age only goes down to 20, so if you're younger than 20, I guess it won't be very accurate. But it's pretty cool because then you can only do it once a day per me, but then you can track your progress through weeks, even months, and see how you progress from your first time to your most recent time. Overall, I would give this game 4.5 stars out of 5, which is pretty good for a bundled game. Doesn't get much better than this. This game has a lot of potential. It has a lot of gameplay. You can replay it over and over again, and it's especially fun in groups. It's an easy game to pick up, so anyone can learn how to play it, and so it makes it fun for the whole family. Since it comes bundled, you can't buy it on its own, but I would imagine eventually they come up with Wii Sports too, which I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited for that.